Oh, let's look into this, shall we? More unrest has been reported from the South Dakota State Penitentiary in Sioux Falls on Wednesday. The Department of Corrections staff, inmates, and families of those incarcerated are reporting fires set to mattresses Tuesday night and intentional flooding in the East Hall. A spokesperson for the Attorney General's office said the DCI is aware of the situation. The media representative for the Department of Corrections is refuting the claims. Michael Wender stated there were no mattresses set on fire at the state penitentiary, nor were there any inmates flooding their cells. There is a plumbing issue in the East Hall that is being addressed by maintenance. When asked again about the reports of fires, we were told in a statement Wednesday night that the DOC is under no obligation to provide security-sensitive information. A newly formed group of concerned friends and family members of the inmates is holding its first meeting on September 19th. South Dakotans impacted by incarceration members plan to discuss how to advocate for prison staff and inmates statewide. Come in here. The more people share, legislators, city leaders, people that are affected by this incarceration, then everyone will be able to pull together and have things such as this mattress fire business not happen anymore. The frustration will be eased, said organizer Nima Thasing of Brookings. Co-organizer Aaron Vickers is encouraged by the response of those planning to attend. Now I see that some state leaders are actually asking some tough questions, and it's about time they start asking these tough questions. The meeting is open to all current and former DOC staff, former inmates, and loved ones of current inmates who want better communication with prison executives. If you have felt like your loved one has been put up against a wall, if you have felt put up against a wall and not heard, this is a time to come together and get your voice heard, said Vickers. Of many calls and messages received, there's an underlying theme of entire prison population being reprimanded for the actions of a few. I'm going to tell you this. I've been in the jails here. I have friends who have been to the prisons. It is not out of the scope of possibility for them to be pulling this crap. It's very commonplace for the prison and the jails to not be allowing the general public to see what is going on behind closed doors. And who's going to care about a bunch of criminals, right? Nobody's going to advocate for these people. And most of them don't have agency to advocate for themselves. It is a finely oiled machine here. It is a money-making SOB, all right? Once these people are in the system, which isn't as hard as you might think it is to get there, they are open to victimization. I'd like everybody to go show their support for this page and really think about what the prisoners would stand to gain from lying about their mattresses being set afire or their cells being flooded unless it actually happened. How would we know? We don't have access to the camera footage inside the prisons. Every day that prisoners are in there, they're charged per head, like vacancy at a hotel. Makes sense we'd make them uncomfortable so that they can cause a little unrest, and then we can keep them there longer because... But it's okay, don't believe me though. This doesn't look weird. This doesn't look morally corrupt or anything like that. Oh, and in case you needed further validation that the penitentiaries in the state of South Dakota are fucked up, this is Kelly Wasco. She's Secretary of Corrections. Even the prison staff says that the conditions are unsafe for inmates and corrections officers alike. So, you can do with that information what you will.